Hello, everyone. I am Roxanne Marion, and I'm jumping on here to talk to you guys about something that I think is an awakening, if you will, an aha moment. And I'm hoping that the situation will help you as well. Again, my name is Roxanne Marion. I am on here for my YouTube channel. So, welcome to my YouTube channel, which is Miss Grace Glamour and Grit. Or you might see me on Facebook, which is the page Awareness Month for MS. Um, so, let's get started. Usually on Sundays, I come on and I say, ask me whatever you'd like. I still would like you. Hello, Laura. Hi, Laura. It's so good to see you. My friend Laura is on here, and we have been missing each other. And I'm so glad that she is on. I hope that this is as good for a talk for you as it will be for everyone else. Um, Laura, this might happen to you where something goes on in your life and you're like, "Ah, it's the MS." I have used that and said that so often. It's the MS. And you are right. She said they usually are. And that's what our talk is about today. So I had a pain in my face for forever, it felt like. And it was a horrendous pain. I could not get anything done about it. So I finally was like, I'm going to go to the dentist. And I warned the hygienist, look, this is really bad pain. I'm going to try not to bite down. While she was checking everything, they took x rays, they looked to see if there was something going on with a tooth underneath the surface. There was not anything that they could find or that they found. So they sent me to a dental surgeon. Went to a dental surgeon, sat in the waiting room probably 5 minutes, and the receptionist called me up and she said, he doesn't want to see you. And I was like, what? What's the problem? I have a pain. I need him to figure it out. And she said he has seen your x rays. There is nothing that is wrong. And I was just like, something is wrong. What are we talking about? Because you were saying that you see my x rays, but I have pain. And I've had pain for a while. And he asked her to ask me, are you sure it isn't something with the MS? Guys, just flashes went off in my head. And I sat down, and I got on my phone, and I started to look up or Googled MS and teeth pain. And it actually led me to something called trigeminal neuralgia. Yes, I diagnosed myself. And I think and that's kind of what this talk is about is is the fact that we have to look into stuff ourselves. And we never thought that we would have. I don't know if there's anyone on here who has an MD. I know I don't have an MD, but because that dental surgeon would not take me in and charge me for seeing me and said, are you sure it's not something with the MS? And I looked that up and I read into trigeminal neuralgia and I kept reading into it. And I called my neurologist and she saw me and she said, yes, that is most likely what it is. And the reason why she said it like that is because trigeminal neuralgia it is horrendous first and foremost. The pain is god awful. I've heard that is coined the suicide disease because the sometimes all of the time the pain is so bad. Guys, I'm telling you, took me to my knees, that type of pain. And it's something where the wind can blow and trigger the pain. that feels like it is in this part of your face. On my part, for me, it was on the left side of my face. And I eventually had to have brain surgery for it to get it to subside. And even after I had the brain surgery, they were saying now there's an 80% chance that, or no, there was a 20% chance that it would come back or that it would not work. So I was just beside myself. And Laura said that her back is the same way. So Laura's back, my trigeminal nerve and in my face. But I say that I tell that story to say this. There are plenty of things that the doctors can diagnose us with, whether it's our primary care physician or any doctor, because I can't call the name of doctors right now. But my GI, there's another doctor, GI might say something's wrong. We really have to look at the MS and see whether or not it is causing something to be happening inside our body that seems normal. So you all know that I'd been off of here for probably about a month because of hoarseness. And my voice was so hoarse. I really thought I had a cold, but it continued forever. It was a month. It was a month that I could not find this voice. I was talking in a way that I always tell the story when my mom loses her voice and she tries to talk in a way. I'm always like, Mother, please, please. So that's why I stayed off, because I was like, oh, people are not going to like the sound of my voice. I looked up the other day MS and voice. And do you know MS can cause hoarseness? No idea. I had no idea. Now, I did think something had to be wrong because for 3 or 4 weeks, I could not speak. The doctor had already given me antibiotics. I had gotten rid of whatever nasal problems that were going on, which I honestly have to say right now that was probably allergies. So, oh, really? Laura says she can't remember the last time that she had a normal voice. And I know that there's a celebrity, Selma Blair, who has been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and her voice sounds really shaky. And while I was looking at this, I realized that they say that MS messes with that vocal cord muscle. I'm telling you, we have to do our studying and looking things up. The other thing that was the hoarseness. Other thing that I saw, because someone, my boyfriend, he would ask me about, a while ago, he would say, "Can you speak up?" or "I can't hear you," and I project. Look, I am a self-professed speaker. I am a speaker. And I used to be a teacher. So I used to tell my students, project. So I know I speak well. And I speak out for people to hear me. So when he kept saying you're talking too low. What are you talking about? Do you know why I was looking at the hoarseness thing? It says that it's hard for people with the MS to project. MS and sinuses, Laura said. You are seeing ENT, ear, nose, and throat doctor. I've thought about seeing an ENT before. It's also conditions that she looked at my voice box and everything. Wow. Wow. So yeah, he was telling me that I speak too low, and I had not even noticed that they said the raspiness and the low sound of your voice can be the MS. Yes, they're connected. Hi, Barbara. Barbara, did you get the Ollie, the melatonin? Have you gotten sleep? Just checking on you because I know we talked about that. But right now we're talking about the connection with those things that we don't think are connected. So we have talked about hoarseness, that MS can cause hoarseness. MS can cause you to not be able to project, that you're speaking lower. And something else I have found out, acid reflux. Acid reflux. Okay, still waiting on it to arrive. I hope that that works for you, Barbara. Acid reflux. MS can cause acid reflux. So I went and did my did what I was supposed to do because they say that at my age I should be getting a colonoscopy. So I went and got my colonoscopy. The GI wanted to do an upper colonoscopy because if you can tell, I've had my thyroid out. Half of my thyroid is out, and I don't know if the one has to do with the other. Anywho, he did an upper GI and found that I had something called Barrett's esophagus. Put me on medicine, something equivalent to Prilosec to help with the acid reflux. And as you probably already know, I can't stand how much medicine I'm already on. He has put me on that medicine, and I have decided, as of 2 days ago, I'm not going to take the medicine anymore. Because guess what causes acid reflux? MS. I was like, you know what? This thing here is so just overcome. It's just everything. It takes over everything. And if you don't understand or realize it, if you're not checking it out, you will not, you will think that just everything is happening. Just, oh no, I have MS and I have Barrett's esophagus. Oh my gosh. And I'm always sick and I have sinus problems and I'm always my voice. Realize all those things that are going on are under the umbrella of MS. And I really truly used to think, okay, Roxanne, you have to stop blaming everything on MS. No, it is the MS. And that's also probably why they call it the invisible illness, because there are so many things that are going on that people can't see. And the MS is causing it. And it is one of those things that all I can do is shake my head. Is it normal to feel like someone is strangling you? I've had that for 4 days now. Do you know I actually had that in my sleep, Barbara? And I don't know if, as I begin to say, I don't know if it's MS related. Check to see if it's MS related. I had it like 3 or 4 times in a row. You said 4 days now, times in a row when I was married, and I found myself gasping for air at night, just reaching out for my husband to wake me up. And I just felt like I could not breathe. So that might be something you might want to check on. See, I think we are so used to, although we are living with MS, we're just used to everything else coming up, and there's a name for everything else, and there's a doctor for everything else. And I'm starting to wonder if the neurologist just needs to take care of those things, because it's MS. So I know that Laura says she's going to an ENT, and I hope that they are helping you with that. And let us know, because I wonder, yeah. Okay, Barbara. She said, yeah, that's exactly how it felt. Yeah, it was awful. and it is awful. Um, I don't know what you can do about it, but it is very scary. It was everything. I just to feel like I just need you to wake me up, or I just need someone to help me. And it is very scary. I have stuff coming out of my nose constantly. Huge things, really. So the ear, nose, and throat. So since your voice, things are going on with your voice, and that is a nose problem. So you probably have found the right doctor to help you with those things. And that is good. It's just eye opening. And I hope that our conversation is helping someone else, especially if you are new to MS, but anybody, whether you're new to it or you've had it for a while, or it's just been with you, you feel like your whole life, 30, 40 years, there are things that just are coming around, and it's so hard to figure out whether or not it's the MS that we're always blaming or if it's something else. But if your Laura says her sinuses, Barbara said when she felt like she she can't breathe, and that's very scary. And not to mention, okay, we've mentioned sinuses, hoarseness, your voice changing and your vocal cords, and we've seen that. Um, I did not know sinuses, and that is still, as you see, I keep going back to it, but it's very surprising to me. Just to warn everyone, the littles are over, and I'm so surprised I've been able to be on here as long as I am. I'm waiting for them to bust in, and I just hear them coming down the hall. So hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, just make sure that you're always letting your neurologist know when these things go on. I'm on my chart, and I always shoot them a message, even if I have to go to another doctor. But shoot them a message and make sure you get to the doctor that you need to see, the doctor that can actually help you with it. Yeah, you say you're constantly confused if it's MS or something else, and you've had MS for 9 years. I have learned, I don't, you didn't hear the story earlier, but I was having, I felt like it was a tooth problem. It ended up being trigeminal neuralgia. And that was only because the dental surgeon asked me if it could be anything having to do with my MS, the pain, because he said, your teeth are fine. Um, okay, guys, if I lose signal, just to let you know, I might have to go. I hope I don't have to, but this is showing me that I don't have much of a signal. But he, luckily, he didn't take me in or charge me or anything. But he asked me if it had to do, might it have anything to do with the MS? And I questioned it and sat there and I, Googled it then. So I think, Barbara, that we just have to be vigilant and realize that the MS can cause all these different things. And at a meeting, I was in a small group yesterday, actually, and I made the comment, you know what? The doctors need us as much as we need them. Because if it wasn't for us telling them what was going on, if it wasn't for us telling them about the different symptoms that we have, how would they know? There was a time, a long time ago, I went to a neurologist. I told him about the pain MS was causing me. He said, I've never heard anyone complain about pain with the MS. And now, as I say that, I'm like, you may not have ever heard it because MS is a snowflake illness. Everybody has different things. So you should never say that to me in the first place. But the idea that they only know things because of what we tell them. And then it goes on from there. That's the only way they can, talk about all those different symptoms because, oh, I had a patient who had, this symptom. That is how we help the doctors and the doctors help us. I hear tears, I hear crying. Um, but yes, and everyone is so different. What do the doctors know? Exactly. Without us, they don't. Without us, they don't. Because unless they have someone with MS in their life, they only know what they know because of the patients. Everything else is theory. And we are the practicality. Oh, look at that. I got that right. So we need to always make sure that we're letting our neurologist know and getting to the doctor that can actually help it. So I love the fact that Laura is going to see an ENT and let us know how that goes. But I have heard from you that sinuses and MS. So we've talked about sinuses, trigeminal neuralgia, um, insomnia. I was trying to look for that word. Insomnia. We have the problem of being able to breathe. There's so many things. So I just hope all of us, when we're sharing in here, we're learning in here, and we're going to doctors, and all of us haven't been to those different doctors. This can help us know that we need to get to a doctor about something. I mean, I think it's wonderful that I went to the doctor because I thought I had a cold and she gave me antibiotics. It's probably even better that those antibiotics clear the cough up. But I still was hoarse for a month, and then had to realize that's not a cold, that's MS. So it helps for us to be able to talk about it on here and to learn from each other. And even the celebrities that have multiple sclerosis, it they are so out and in front of people that their symptoms can make us realize that what some of our symptoms are. Like I said about Selma Blair, her voice was really shaky for a while. I had no idea that MS can do that. I had no idea. Good night, Barbara. 2 a.m. there. Yes. I hope you get that melatonin quickly and that it helps you. But I am also going to say goodnight, guys. Laura, I'm so happy to see you. So happy to see you. And I am also going to say goodnight, otherwise known as I'm going to go and babysit. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. Um, yes. I hope it gets to you a little quicker. But I'm so happy to see you guys. I hope you guys got something out of this talk. Remember that MS can cause more things than that surface stuff because it is truly an invisible illness and causing issues in other places. Good night, Laura. Good night, Barbara. Take care, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.